Okay, so hello everyone and welcome to this live session. My name is Kofi and I will help you, to walk you through GED and HiSET Math Test preparation. Okay, so let's share my screen and we will start. Mhm. Yeah. Okay, so right now I'm sharing my screen. So math test, yes, you can pass. Be confident. That's what is important. So uh, I want to walk through algebra skills, and the first thing I want to cover is this number line. So they say the number line above shows which of the following expressions. Hmm. So you have four expressions. We want to know which one matches with the number line. So feel free, to type your answer. Okay. Um, and I will see if you understand the question. Okay, so right now I can tell you that the correct choice here is B. Why? Let's explain it. So if you see the number line at the 2, they start. How you know that it starts as 2? Because we see arrow pointing at -3. So that's the end. They start at 2 and they end at -3. Okay, so this is telling you that if you start at 2 and you end at -3, okay, how many units do you move from 2 to -3? So if we count here, we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 units. You move 5 units from 2 to reach -3. So this is telling you that the, the expression has to be 2, which is the start point, plus, okay? Now, because you move 5 units, 5 space, right, to the left, because it's to the left, that left means -5. And yes, if you check your answer, 2 plus -5 is -3. So it's like you have a $2, okay, but you purchase something for $5, you cannot pay in full. So you have a $3 more to pay back. So you have a -3. The reason the answer is -3. Okay, so again, feel free, to jump in and ask your question. Now, if we continue, this problem here, they say evaluate. So the questions we answer here, and now I want to use each choice to solve it, as another question. That means what? If I have a 2 plus -3, the answer will be what? The answer will be -1. So you could use a number line to solve it. Means what? You start at 2. Okay, so we start at the 2, which is this, and they say 2 plus -3. So plus -3 means I will move to the left side 3 units. That's the meaning. So I move to the left side 3 units. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I jump to -1. The reason the answer is -1. Another way to solve this same question is that you're gonna rewrite it. So we're gonna rewrite it without parentheses, which means what? Okay, so you take a 2. Now the plus minus becomes minus, and the 2 minus 3, okay, is to do what? Take a 2 from 3, you get 1, and give the sign of 3 to the result. The sign of 3 is negative. So let's explain it again. So here, when I have a plus, parenthesis minus is like a positive sign multiplied by negative sign. So that open parenthesis represents a multiplication symbol. Okay, so positive multiplied by negative is negative. So the reason when I remove the parentheses, okay, I have now 2 minus 3, which is negative 1. Okay, another way to understand it is that it's like you have a positive sign, and that positive sign hits negative sign, and that becomes negative. So if I have positive sign and I hit another positive sign, I will get positive sign. If I have negative sign and I hit positive sign, that gives me negative. And if I have a negative sign and I hit another negative sign, that turns to positive. Okay, therefore, let's see B. If I want to use this process here, B, I have a 2. Now, I'm going to remove the parentheses. And the remove a parentheses here means that my positive sign will hit the negative sign. And in doing that, I get negative. So 2 minus 5. And to do 2 minus 5, because 2 and the 5, they don't have the same sign. 2 is positive. 5 is negative. So because the two numbers have different sign, what they will do is that take 2, which is the small number, from 5, the large number. Okay, you get a 3. If we take a 2 from 5, you get a 3. And now what is the sign of that large number here? So if in my 5 is a large number, the sign of a 5 is negative. So the answer will be negative 3. Okay, other side, this side here, if I want to use the same process, so again, I take a negative 3. So the negative will hit the positive if I remove the open parentheses, and that will turn to negative. And I have this, and the answer will be negative 5. Okay, let's tell you here. When the two numbers have the same sign, you add. The two numbers have the same sign, you add. And you keep that same sign. So we have a 3 which is negative. We have a 2 which is negative. We add a 3 to 2, we get a 5. And we keep that negative sign. Another way to understand is this. Okay, suppose you purchase something for $3, so you owe the cashier $3. You purchase another thing for $2, so you owe the cashier $2. In total, you owe the cashier $5. So the reason you have that negative 5, or understand that every time you have a negative, you owe. Every time you have a positive, you have. And we use this concept when you are combining numbers. Okay, we are combining numbers. Now, if we continue this side here, so negative 3 plus 2, there is no parenthesis, so we can do it directly. So again, we have a negative 3 is like you owe a store $3 because you purchased something, but you only have $2. Can you pay in full? No. But if you give the $2, you have $1 more to add. So you owe the store this time $1. So we have a negative 1. Okay, let's continue. This is a word problem, right? They say when Steve woke up, his temperature was 102 degrees. So you have a 102 degrees. 2 hours later, it was 3 degrees lower. Okay, what was his temperature then? So in this word problem, we don't need the 2 hours later. We don't need it. We don't need it. You can say 5 hours later. We don't need it. What we need here, 102 degrees, and what? 3 degrees lower. But that lower means what? It's like drop. So you have to do minus. That means to take 102 degrees minus 3 degrees, and you get 99 degrees. Yeah, so 3 lower. Yeah. So key information will guide you to know what type of operation you will use for the question. Okay, let's continue. This again, another type of addition subtraction. So here they say 7 plus negative 3 plus negative 5 minus 10 equals. So again, I will try to rewrite without parentheses. Without parentheses. Okay, to do that, I will take my 7 Now, if I want to know that this plus here gonna hit the negative, remember the root minus 10. Okay, now you have a 7 here is to take it 2 by 2. We're gonna take it 2 by. I'll take the first two. 7 minus 3 is 4. So I have a 5 minus 10. I continue. Now, what is 4 minus 5? This is negative 1. So you have a negative 1 minus 10. And that gives you negative 11. So take the small one from the large one. So I take a 3 from 7, I get a 4, and I give the result. So 7 is the big number, and the sign for 7 is positive. So we have a positive 4. Now, if I want to do positive 4 minus 5, okay, again, I take a 4 minus 10. So here, the two numbers have the same sign. Same sign, what you do is what? Keep the sign and add the two numbers. So if you add the 1 to 10, you get 11, and you keep the negative 11. Now, B is a multiplication. Okay, so because you have a 3 numbers here to multiply, we'll take it, 2 by. So first of all, we're gonna take 8, we multiply by negative 9. We are taking here the number with its sign. 8 is positive, 9 is negative. So give it what? Negative 72. And now this negative 72 will multiply by 2. The 2 is positive, negative. So we're gonna have negative 84 as the answer. Okay, so let's double check. Okay, so far so good. Yeah, again, feel free to jump in, okay, if you have some questions. Now, C. For C, we have a division. It's not something complicated. What we'll do here, we'll try to work it out for the numerator, what the numbers we have on top, and the denominator bottom. Now, so if I use the fraction bar, on top I have a 10 multiplied by negative 4 multiplied by 3. So understand that 10 multiplied by negative 4 give you, first of all, negative. Take this negative 4, you're going to multiply by negative 3. The bottom, we have a 6 multiplied by 5, so that gives you 30. No problem. We continue. So negative 40 multiplied by negative 3. Negative multiplied by negative return to positive. So 40 multiplied by 3 is 120. And we have that 120 divided by. Let's repeat. 120 divided by 30 is same as 12 divided by 3. Perfect. And 12 divided by 3 is 4. And the answer here is positive 4. Okay, let's continue. This is another word problem. So they say Josie has $47 left on her checking account. Now, if she writes a check for $55, what will Josie's balance be? Okay, here you have to understand that when they say write a check, write a check. So you write a check, that means what? They will take that money out. So you're gonna be out. So you have $47. You write a check for $55. First of all, you have to understand that if you don't want to have a trouble with your bank, okay, so don't write a check and the amount will be more than, okay, the amount will be more than the amount you have on your account. Okay, so here, because it's a problem, okay, which is a question you have to solve, just understand that the operation in here is a subtraction. Okay, that's what you have to understand. So here we are doing 47 minus 55. Why is not a 47 plus 55? It's not a plus because here they are writing a check. So when they are writing a check, it's a subtraction. Now, in case they say a deposit, it had to be addition. So if it's the person made a deposit of $55. Okay, in that case, we're going to add the 55. Okay, so what is 47? Okay, let's take it like this. So 47 minus 55, this will give you negative 8. Negative 8. Okay, so to do it, you have to do 55. You take a 55 to the Radinos number, you remove 47. Okay, so 5 minus 7, I can't, I have to borrow. Okay, borrow 1 here, so I have a 4, and this becomes 15. 15 minus 7 is 8, and now 4 minus 4 is 0. So because 55 is the largest number, I give the sign of a 55 to the result. So that means I'm gonna have negative 8. Okay, so let's continue. Now here we have another type of addition subtraction to do. So I'm gonna remove the parentheses, but the negative sign here will hit this negative sign to turn to positive. So it'll be positive 11. This negative sign hit the negative sign, positive again, 5. So 11 plus 5 is 16. What about this one? So I remove the parentheses, I'm gonna have a negative 11. The positive here will hit this negative to turn to negative, so negative 5. So the two numbers are negative, right? So they have the same sign. So it's like on top. I will add the two numbers, I get 16, and I keep that same sign. We continue. So now this is a division, right? Okay, so I take it step by step. On top, I take the first two, because even it's a division, but we have a multiplication on top and multiplication in the denominator. So what is negative 3 multiplied by negative 2? That turns to positive 6. Why? Because every time we see negative multiplied by negative, that says positive. Positive multiplied by negative is negative. Negative multiplied by positive is negative. And the positive multiplied by positive is positive. What you have to understand that when the signs are the same for multiplication, okay, that gives you positive. When the signs are different, that give you negative. And this chart work also for division. It's the same thing for division. Okay, division means what? You divide negative by negative, you get a positive. So we have a 6, okay, and that 6 multiplied by negative 3. In the bottom, we have a 6 multiplied by 5, which is 30. We continue. So this will be what? On top, 6 multiplied by negative 3. 6 is positive. So positive 6 multiplied by negative 3 give you negative 18. And the bottom, we have 30. So we have negative 18 divided by 30. But we cannot leave it like that. We need to simplify. And then to simplify, you have to understand that you check what number goes into 18 and the same time into 30. So this number is 6. So we're going to divide this by 6. Divide it by 6. And understand that when we divide negative number by positive number, the result will be negative. So negative 18 divided by positive 6 give you negative 3. And the 30 divided by 6 is 5. So the answer is negative 3 over 5. Okay. So overall, understand that practice makes perfect. So you need to continue practicing. And if you have a question, feel free to leave any comment. Thank you so much, and I will see you in my next live. Bye-bye.